no default password for the root user. Root user being the most powerful user on the system, the one with the most privileges inside MySQL. And it's just a good security practice to always have a default password set so that only someone who knows that password can get access to the data that's in the database. Now you may think, well, I'm not going to be sharing this data with anyone. It's only on my personal laptop. I'm the only one who uses it. But it is a good practice because you may end up importing some data from a production database at some point onto your development machine. And if someone were to come and find your laptop, or if you were to lose it, they could get access to all of the data that was on there. So I want us to go ahead and follow this best practice and set a root password for MySQL. Now, the tool that we need in order to update the MySQL password is MySQL Admin. It's a tool that's installed with MySQL. WAMP gives you lots of nice tools here from this directory, but they don't give you one for MySQL Admin. They did give you a way to go directly into MySQL here, MySQL console. That's kind of nice. It comes up and says enter password, and since there is no password right now, I can just hit return, and it puts me directly into MySQL. So I'm logged in as the root user. I didn't have to type a password. I just simply hit return, and now I'm in MySQL. Instead, I'd like to be able to enter a password. Now to do that, we're going to have to go to the console, the command prompt. So you want to find the command prompt that's going to be inside all of your programs, inside Windows System, command prompt. You'll find it there. This is the command line interface to Windows. Don't be intimidated by it. We're not going to be here for very long. What we want to do is we want to navigate to the place where MySQL admin lives. If we just type MySQL admin on its own, it comes up and says, sorry, I don't know what that is. But if we go to CD, change directory, C, that's a capital C, colon, /WAMP, /bin, /MySQL, and then we type dir, we'll get a listing here, and this folder name will change depending on what version of MySQL you have. Now we want to do another CD, MySQL, and you can actually just hit the tab, and it should auto-complete for you. If not, go ahead and type that full number out there, and that will change directories one more time, and then put /bin after it. So now we're inside the place where all of the programs live for MySQL. We can actually click dir, and we can see what all those are. The one we want is called MySQL admin. Then after it, put -u space root for the root user, and then we want to type password because that's what we want to change. So all lowercase password. We'll hit return, and it will then come up and ask us for the new password that we want to set. So I'm going to set mine just to be secret for now, SECERT, and it doesn't show it, it just has the bullets there instead. Hit return, confirm it, and I'll type it again, and now it's set. That's my new password that I have to type to get in. I'm going to hit the up arrow, and it will bring that line back up again. If we want to change it again to something different, it'll come up and it'll say, oops, sorry, I needed some kind of indication that you wanted to give a password. So what we need to do is actually just go back and make a small edit to this line and put -p, which means I will be providing a password. So it will ask me for the password. It's going to prompt me for it, but I'm just letting it know, look, it's not okay to just go with no password. And then when it says enter password here, it wants my old password, which is SECERT. And now it wants the new password. I'm going to change it. I'm going to make my password John, Paul, George, Ringo. And then we'll ask me to confirm it. John, Paul, George, Ringo. And now it's set. So now that's my new password for my root user. And we can confirm that by coming back over here and going into MySQL to the console. And if we just try return this time, it says, nope, sorry, no good, and it closes on us. If we try it again, MySQL console, and this time I type John, Paul, George, Ringo, there I am. Now I'm inside MySQL. Just typing exit will get us out of there. Now there's one other thing that I want to mention to you about this, which is that with WAMP is also included an application called PHP MyAdmin. It's a very popular way to look at your MySQL databases and to manage them by using a PHP web interface. Now, we're not going to be using that in this training. We're going to be using MySQL directly using the MySQL console. But I just want to mention that we did just break PHP MyAdmin because it's not set up to use a password. If you want it to use a password, navigating to C:\WAMP, and then in there, if you'll look, you'll see there's a directory called apps. So we'll also change directory into apps. And then inside here is PHP MyAdmin with a version number after it. So we'll just use tab to autocomplete that for us. And then inside here, you'll find that there's a file all the way up at the top called configinc.php, and that is where it gets its configuration. So you would edit this file, and you would find the location where it has password and change that to be your new root password. So I just wanted to mention that to you. Even though we won't be using it in this training, I did want to leave you with some software that we broke without giving you some direction on how to fix it.